My friend makes the most delicious Hungarian salami stew. It has very minimal ingredients, but that's okay because it's got maximum flavour and it's the perfect winter warmer. So we start with some oil in a saute pan and we've got to cook onions and capsicum down, so low and slow until they're really, really soft. This is crucial to give this a wonderful flavour. So a couple of tablespoons of olive oil. To that I'll add 2 small onions or 1 really large onion. And it seems like quite a lot, but it does break down. And this imparts a lovely sweetness in our stew. So in they go, coat them in the oil. I'll also add 1 capsicum. Now I'm only using a red capsicum, but you could absolutely mix it up. You could add some yellow capsicum, some green is fantastic too. Just pop that in. To that I'll add 2 cloves of garlic. So I'll bruise the garlic and just roughly chop it. Now, I don't like to add my garlic at this stage because those onions need to cook down for a bit of time. I will just wait until they're softened and then we'll add it. I really just don't want to burn my garlic at this stage. So we'll coat all of that yummy onion and capsicum in the oil, good pinch of salt, and just on that medium heat, we'll cook that down. All right, we can start preparing our salami. Now, usually when you're using a salami like this, you'd put it on a grazing board or a lovely little snack as is, but it's also fantastic to cook with. This one has some garlic and paprika through it. It's also been lightly smoked, so it's fantastic for a stew like this. So I'm just going to remove the casing and I'm going to cut it into small little chunks. This has been cooking down for 10 minutes. You can see how soft they've become, slightly caramelised. And now I like to add some paprika, Hungarian paprika if you have. Sweet paprika is also okay. I've also got my garlic that's been chopped, so we can place that in there and we'll just cook that off for a moment. When you're using a ground spice like Hungarian paprika, you want to be careful not to over toast it because it can burn the flavour of it. So just 10 seconds is plenty. I'll also add some tomato paste along with a pinch of sugar to balance it out. About half a teaspoon is fine. And in with the white Hungarian salami. So you can see that I've cut it into large, big chunks and it's going to cook down. It'll hold its shape, but it'll just impart a beautiful flavour, and that garlic and the paprika from it is also going to come out. Tomatoes, I'm using 2 fresh tomatoes, but you could absolutely use a can of crushed tomatoes for this. And the last thing I like to add is some stock, about 1 cup of chicken stock. One final mix, lid on, and we're just going to cook that for about 15 to 20 minutes until that sauce is thick and rich. Oh, it smells really good in here. See how rich and thick that stew's become. And I love how the salami has held its shape. Okay, we can plate this up. I've got some parsley that I'm going to serve on top, and we want a generous amount of those onions and capsicum and lots of that white salami. You know, when I think of Hungarian food, this is the food I love because it's rich, it's heavy, it's exactly what you want in winter because it's so cold over there. And don't forget all of these lovely juices. You can see how much paprika's in there, fantastic. Very similar to a goulash if you like. All right, I'll place that onto a plate, a little sprinkle of parsley over the top. And that's a really great way to show off salami in a different light. Yes, it's fantastic to snack on and on all those beautiful antipasti platters. It's also great in a Hungarian stew just like this. And don't forget lots of char grilled bread on the side to dip into that lovely paprika sauce.